Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be presenting to you a vegetables planter and still using pallet wood. Alright, let's take a look. And note that for this project that we're gonna use two different types of pallet. Here I'm gonna dismantle this pallet wood in order to collect the different wooden slats. Note that those wooden slats will be helping me to create the bottom part of the design. So as you could see, I've been removing first two wooden slats and the rest I'm gonna be using my jigsaw in order to cut them through. Then when I collect each of the small wooden slats, I'm gonna put them on the side in order to remove the different nails on the long ones. And after removing the different nails, I'm going to go back to the small wooden slat in order to measure them and take the appropriate dimensions in order to go and cut them using my miter saw. When done with the small wooden slat, I'm going to take the long ones in order to repeat the same process, meaning measuring, and give them the appropriate measurement in order to go back again to my miter saw to make the cut. And as always be careful when you are using power tools. As you can see here, I'm using my safety glasses. Then in order to start assembling the bottom of this design, I'm gonna be taking the long wooden slats in order to pre-drill at the end of them, as you can see me doing it, different holes that will allow me to insert screws from 4 cm long. After that, in order to assemble the frame, I will be using here my angle clamps, and those angle clamps will help me to keep an angle of 90 degrees. And of course, I will be using them for each corner. Then when I have the rectangle frame ready, I will be adding the different small wooden slats and nail them into place with my nail gun. And as you can imagine, sometimes the wooden slats are a little bit longer, so I'll be using my jigsaw in order to cut the different excess. After that, use some wood filler in order to fill up the different holes. Then now we can go to the second part using a Nepal or EUR pallet. Then as you can see, in order to dismantle this type of pallet, I'm using most of the time my reciprocating saw and my hammer. Note that here my hammer is very helpful because with this type of very strong pallet, it can be very difficult to remove the different wooden slats. And before moving to my thickness planner, I'm gonna be removing the different metallic nails in order to avoid breaking my thickness planner. Alright, so now that we have them all clean, I'm gonna be moving back again to my working table in order to make the different cut, and first of course take the different dimensions using my ruler. Then as always, I will be again moving back to my miter saw in order to make the different cut. Then when I'm done with the different cut, it's time for me to start assembling the big box for this design. For this design, I will be of course using a lot of wood glue and a lot of screws. So in case you are planning on creating the same design, prepare yourself because you will need a lot of wood glue and a lot of screws. Now that I have both of the parts ready, it's time to join them together using the other wooden slat. As you can see, I put them on the side here and I'm gonna screw them directly from the side. Then here we are with our main box ready. And as you can imagine, I will need to also put some wooden slat at the bottom of this box. So to do so, I will be adding some thin piece of wooden slat in order to have them secure at the bottom. And as you can see, I'm gonna place them all on those thin wooden slats that will help me to maintain them at the bottom. Then putting some screws to secure. Alright, so before assembling the entire design, I'm gonna refill up the different holes, also here using some wooden filler. Then now that I've assembled everything, it's time for me to sand as much as possible in order to remove some of the leftover of the wooden filler. Then I will be applying after that a little bit of white paint to make this design even more beautiful and to fit with the space. And here we are with a beautiful vegetable pallet planter for your balcony, your garden or your patio. And as you can see, this is the perfect project if you would like to plant your vegetables, especially the vegetables. And that was as usual Mr. ATC for you for another idea of housing throughout recycling. And I'll see you next time.